Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Company of Heroes 3. Now, I will give you a warning if you can't tell by the length of the video. There's a lot of footage for this game. The amount of promotional marketing for this game is insane, to the point that I didn't even grab all of it because we would have been sitting here for like over an hour. Because if I forgot to open it. If we go onto their YouTube channel, marketing for Company of Heroes 3 from the official Company of Heroes YouTube channel is just videos and videos and videos and videos and videos. And it's everything from like different mechanics to Sizzler trails to developer Q&As to different factions to companies and campaign and mission design. There's so much in here. There's got to be like 100 fucking videos just talking about Company of Heroes 3, and that's only since it was announced a year ago, okay? There's a shitload in here. I am really curious from like a logistical standpoint of how effective this marketing is, because I haven't actually seen much large marketing for Company of Heroes 3 in terms of being placed at like gaming events, right? Things like the Game Awards or like, you know, the Summer Games Fest. It might have been at those, but I do not remember at this point. And I'm curious if having all of these videos on YouTube are actually helping interest in the game. I would much rather there be too many videos than not enough, because some of the games that we've checked out over the many months that we've been doing this just do not have enough marketing material to really get your finger on the game to know if it's something that you have any interest in whatsoever. But good Lord, there's a lot here. So anyway, I grabbed the ones that felt relevant, but there's still a lot, and very few of these are short. They're all like 4 minutes long, which is great. Again, I like longer trailers versus smaller ones. I'll take a 3-minute trailer over a 90-second trailer almost every single time, but there's so many here. So we're going to start with the official announcement trailer back from July of 2021 and decide how we feel moving forward from there. So let's get started. Is this one of those games YouTubers try to force on me? No, it is not. This is a standard RTS game. This is just I believe anyway. Company of Heroes 1 and 2 were just, you buy it out of the box. It's like Command and Conquer or like StarCraft or whatever, right? So it shouldn't be. Content warning? Oh. Fucking sucks to be that guy.
Herr Weber?
Frau Russo, guten Morgen.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Wouldn't start without you.
Das ist für Ihre Soldaten.
Danke, das ist sehr nett von Ihnen.
Kein Problem. Einen schönen Tag noch.
Spy.
Hey Jungs, schaut, was wir haben.
Was ist das?
Oh!
Forward to the church! Watch for enemy fire!
Can you imagine being somebody who just lives in this city? This would suck so much. Oh, that sucks. A little bit of dramaticism there, but it's fine. Like, there are civilians that live in this city, right? And you're just hoping that you're just hiding in your house hoping at this point. I don't even know what you're hoping for. We are very lucky to not know what this is like. You're correct. I hope we never have to. We shouldn't. Wars aren't fought this way anymore. Well, I say that, and the conflict in Ukraine is still going on. And it's very similar to this, just because of how antiquated Russia's tactics are, but that's a different conversation. All right, well, that was very cinematic. It showed absolutely nothing of the game. The armor. All right, so this is the actual gameplay reveal. All gameplay footage is early work in progress.
It was 1944. Our orders were to liberate the
That's
Italian city of
gameplay.
Gita.
That looks like an
Taking
RTS.
the beach was our first objective. Shells were raining down on us as we rushed toward the German fortifications. The German bunkers were overlooking the entire beach. And once we were in range, we hit them from both sides. Once the first bunker collapsed, the defense opened up. After securing the beach, we were told to take a nearby flak.
Well, this looks okay, I guess. A real win from... This looks fucking good! So, this looks okay. Yeah, that first trailer was definitely just cinematic, because I knew that this was an RTS.
We accomplished our mission.
Dude yeeted a fucking knife all the way down the street into that dude's back.
While we led the main front, they dropped in paratroopers to stop.
Bring the lady back! Yeah, I agree.
Saw them coming.
That lady better be a special unit, right? Like, RTS games normally have, like, hero-style units. Like, special forces units, commandos, assassins, or whatever, right? Those are very common within the genre. She specifically better be one.
The outskirts of the city were now ours. We set up a forward base, urgently building a triage center for the wounded. We rallied together and prepared for the final assault. We made our way toward the city square. They were expecting us, but we were one step ahead of them.
Interesting. I wonder what those kind of mechanics are in terms of those dudes able to assault a building. Garrisoning buildings is also very common in RTS games. I've played a lot of them. But seeing that type of animation work where they were like going in and like clearing the building out using grenades and stuff is not very common within these style games.
But we kept on pushing. We managed to hold the position long enough for air support to arrive.
I always want to play something like this and then I don't. They take... You have to put in a lot in an RTS game to get something out of them.
In Italy had only just begun.
Okay, so now we got that. So this is the battle briefing, the dynamic campaign map. RTS Boot Camp. I don't want to watch that one. The console reveal trailer. I think I do want to watch maybe that one. But I am there was one video that I saw in here that I am actually curious about. It is this 3 ways to play video, and I'm curious what the fuck that means. We'll start with the... Let's just jump straight to that video and see what it says. Where is that one? I didn't actually click on it. I'm curious what they mean by 3 ways to play. So, we'll let them explain it. Wonder if you get special stuff choosing to clear a building. Well, I said because in older RTS games, you could just fire at the building and eventually you could kill all of the units inside. It normally damaged the building, but...
One of the great things about Company of Heroes 3 is that now more than ever, there are so many ways to play Company of Heroes, especially in single player. There are tactics, companies, and new mechanics that can cater to various playstyles and experience levels. Today, we've got 3 developers playing the Anzio mission.
Why do I feel like it's not this dude talking? Like, it's almost synced correctly, but it is ever so slightly not synced correctly. Like they had to do, what is it, ADR? Is that what it's called in film? Where they redub over their own lines? Like,
play Company of Heroes, especially in single player. There are tactics, companies, and new mechanics that can cater to various playstyles and experience levels. Today, we've got 3 developers playing.
It's like bad ADR.
Italian campaign. They all tackle the mission differently to get the job done. What's more, it's a great mission, which we haven't shown too much of so far.
Weird. Anyway, it's not important.
At the beginning of the mission, the player is going to have to defend the beachhead against waves of enemies, all while being constantly bombarded by the railway artillery gun Anzio Annie.
It's the one genre that makes me envy PC setups. It's the one genre that you really need to play on PC. Like, there's a lot of genres that they're like, people are like, shooters are best on PC because you get the precision of a mouse. It's like, shooters on console are fine as long as you just are used to the way that shooters on console works. RTS games really are PC games.
We're losing a strategic point.
Along the right-hand side, you can see icons of all the abilities and units that the Indian Artillery Company has access to, including the Gurkhas, heavy mortars, and a lot of off-map artillery abilities. This is a bit later in the mission, where the player needs to break through one of the defensive lines around the beachhead. Now the player has access to...
I thought you were going to show me, like, game modes, dog.
It's a heavier mortar.
So I'm playing the Anzio mission midway through it.
Airborne strategy. Okay, so these aren't actually game modes. These are like play styles. Methodical, tactical, defensive. Bring it back. Aggressive, advanced, infantry focus. So these are almost like the teams. British armor, powerful, forgiving, approachable. Okay, never mind. Don't actually care about this. This is play styles, not game modes when they came with 3 ways to play. So we're going to jump to... We'll go ahead and do this dynamic campaign map. I'm going to take a quick look in here. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at this dynamic campaign map. Because I saw a peek of it in that first gameplay footage.
I'm Andrew Deneau, lead campaign designer, and today we're excited to introduce you to a big new feature in Company of Heroes 3, our dynamic campaign map. Company of Heroes has always been about taking command, making the right decisions.
Was one playstyle to just be British? Yes, but you have tanks.
The campaign map provides a new high-level strategic commander experience where you command the overall war effort in the region.
My question is, from this dynamic campaign map,
land, air, and sea forces,
are there active things within each location?
Objectives, building up your intelligence network, and a whole lot more. This new campaign map layer will complement and influence the classic boots-on-the-ground RTS gameplay and make for a super replayable single-player experience. Companies and detachments are the main 2 unit types you will control on the map. You'll be using these units to perform all types of actions, from campaign map combat to capturing resources and objectives.
So this is kind of like
supply lines.
Almost like
Companies
Civilization.
are a big piece of how you choose to command. All companies have their own unique unit roster, unlocks, and abilities. On the dynamic campaign map, a U.S. airborne company will allow for aggressive strikes behind enemy lines.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what this is. So instead of playing like the battle focused gameplay that we saw in that first gameplay trailer, where there's lots of smaller units that you can control tactically. This is an overland setup to where like there are units within this company right here, and those units have stats, and you can use those to just assault without actually needing to go into the individual basis of the fight. Kind of like if you ever played a Total War game, it's definitely more Total War than Civilization in terms of exactly what it is. If you got this map, you can move around the map, and then you can probably choose to take on the battle on a more focused level if you want to.
Access elite paratrooper and powerful airborne abilities in mission. Companies are also how you engage with classic Company of Heroes missions and skirmishes.
Yeah.
Detachments are smaller support units and can operate independently from companies on the dynamic campaign map.
You take a company, you
Detachments
assault
also
a
confer unique
location or
effects
another
on
company,
missions.
and then you
For
get your
instance,
standard
if you have a
RTS
British medical
gameplay.
detachment nearby, you'll gain the ability to call in a medical half-track in mission to reinforce and heal your troops.
Okay, makes sense. Now we're going to check out this stuff real quick. So we have the console reveal trailer, because this game apparently is coming to console. Real, you were just talking about how these games normally, like this genre, is pretty absent from consoles. They're apparently putting this onto consoles. How much did you guys spend on marketing? What did that have to do at all? You just slapped the word console at the end, and otherwise we're like, check out our live action trailer. Whatever, here's the console gameplay. A lot of military movies are sponsored by the Depth of Defense, Department of Defense. I wonder if they're getting some grants of games now.
Played on console. Controller support for Co 3 has been built from the ground up.
See, he sounds correct, and it syncs up correctly here.
Tactical pause all make playing Company of Heroes 3 on console a real treat. So let's just jump right into it.
Combat engineers, quit lagging behind.
This is the start of the Salerno mission from our Italian dynamic campaign. Playing as the US forces, we begin an assault on a well-defended strategic point that needs to be captured.
We've done the devil's ground. Hard as nails, engineers. Incoming orders. On your feet. Let's go.
All right.
Attacking from two directions needs precision, but it will split the enemy's focus and weaken their defensive positioning.
Okay, that was cool. So one of the issues that always exists within RTS games on consoles, there have been some attempts. Command & Conquer was put onto the Nintendo 64. Command & Conquer 3 was put onto the Xbox. You also had Halo Wars put onto the Xbox. And one of the questions that always been how to select and control a large group of individual units, because you don't have the precision of the mouse. So the way that they have you select units, it's not perfect, and I don't think that there is a perfect way to do it on consoles. We see it right here that a selection square blooms out from the middle. Right here. Whoop, and it selects the unit. So that's how you're going to try actually grab the units you want. You're probably going to still have some frustrations with like, I didn't actually want that group and I don't have a way to be precise enough to not select that group. But it is interesting to see how they've tried to adapt it. Calling up radial menus to choose your abilities, because you don't have like a bunch of number keys or F keys and shit at the top of a keyboard to be able to use and utilize to select those. There's definitely some decent idea work going on in here.
Tactical pauses
Okay, that said, I'm going to stop that right there. So the console edition doesn't actually have a release date yet. The official release date of this game is February. Is it February 23rd technically? Yeah, it's technically the 23rd. It says released on the 22nd on Steam. I'm pretty sure that's because of the weird way that Steam releases work depending on where you exist in the world. I'm in Alaska, so I always get stuff early in terms of what the actual day and date is. The console version should come with an ad for a keyboard and mouse combo. Well, that's one of the things to actually consider and think about now. You could, with some of the older consoles, they sometimes had some weird like janky keyboard and mouse support. Modern consoles, though, they just have keyboard and mouse support. The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One had it. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S had it. So if you just want to get like a fucking lap desk and grab like a Bluetooth keyboard and a Bluetooth mouse, you absolutely can do that. And it has a much more native support. Now, whether the games support it is a completely different conversation, a completely different story. But the option realistically should be there, but they don't want to release a game on console on the idea that you're going to do that. They need to build it with support for the original controller in mind, which is kind of difficult with this specific genre of games. So anyway, yeah, that's Company of Heroes 3. If you want to watch like 3 more hours plus, that's probably more like 10 more hours plus worth of marketing for this game, the link to their YouTube channel is down in the description below. Knock yourself out. I like RTS games a lot, but I haven't played many of them recently. One thing, especially because we haven't really been getting RTS games of like note and worth for ever, it feels like. After like Westwood and Blizzard stopped, well, once Westwood was bought by fucking EA, and then once Blizzard really stopped focusing on their RTS section in the form of like they haven't done anything with Warcraft, and StarCraft 2 is still StarCraft 2, we didn't get many more RTS games. We saw like around that same release time was also games like Planetary Annihilation, Total Annihilation. I don't think is even a platform anymore. The Command & Conquer is basically dead entirely, and there's just so little that is done within this genre. And I think it's because it's really hard with the cost of modern game development and how niche of a genre RTS games actually are for people to find that they are worth making. Company of Heroes has been going on for a while, and so hopefully they do find success in this. It definitely looks like they're trying to find where they can get the profits to make this game worth its investment by adding in lots of options, not just for how you can play it, but where you can play it. But this game also looks like they spent an immense amount of marketing on it. So good luck. I hope you see your ROI. And I really hope that we can start to see more RTS games, because it is a genre that I do like a lot. I don't always have the time for them because these games do take a lot of time, but I do want to see them continuing to grow and prosper. But that's Company of Heroes 3. Let me know what your thoughts are. Put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, 2 great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. Do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.